the final game of John Tortorella's 2-game suspension and a big game against the high-powered Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm Charlie O'Connor with PHLY Sports here with your Flyers post-practice notes. So tonight, Flyers at 7:30, national television game. They will face off against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs obviously are a playoff lock. They're going to be in. They're most likely not a realistic potential foe for the Flyers in the first round. The Flyers make it, but these games all matter, and this is the start of a 7-game gauntlet where the Flyers will play 7 straight games against Eastern Conference teams that are basically locks for the playoffs. This is going to be tough. That game against the Sharks that they did win, they got the 2 points, is what they had to do. That was the last easy game for quite a while, probably until they faced Montreal and Chicago one right after another the final week of March. Until then, it's good team after good team after good team, and Toronto is not just one of those matchups, but 2. They play Toronto tonight, and then in less than a week, next Tuesday, they play Toronto a second time on Tuesday. Toronto beefed up for the playoff run, very much beefed up. They got 2 big defensemen in Edmondson and Lyubushkin, so they will be on the back end. Austin Matthews obviously killed the Flyers. The last time these 2 teams played, it was a 4-3 overtime loss in Toronto. The next 2 games will be in Philly, so the Flyers will be looking for some revenge. One player who might not be in the lineup for Toronto, however, Mitch Marner. He got injured last Thursday against the Bruins, did not play on Saturday against the Canadiens. Leafs haven't played since, but Marner did not skate yesterday in practice, and when asked about it, Sheldon Keefe basically said, he didn't skate, read into that what you will. So my guess is that the Flyers will luck out and not have to face Mitch Marner tonight, but still got Austin Matthews, who basically single-handedly pushed the Maple Leafs to a win the last time these 2 teams played. Still got William Nylander, who's been scoring at a really strong rate over the last 10 games or so. Still got Morgan Riley. They still have a bunch of star players. So the Flyers will certainly have their hands full trying to shut them down. Now, in terms of what lineup they'll be using to try to do that, expect the lines to basically be the same as they were against the San Jose Sharks on Tuesday. Obviously, the Flyers got the win. Seemed like the assistant coaches, obviously John Tortorella is not running the bench, but he certainly has input in terms of the lineup. Seems like the coaching staff as a whole liked what they saw from the individual combinations and the individual D pairs. That means, however, that both of Cam Atkinson and Nick Deslauriers look to be held with scratches once again. Deslauriers, not a major surprise, but Cam Atkinson, of course, we're talking about one of the veterans of the team. I know he struggled recently, but it's fair to wonder just how long they will keep scratching him. Now, for Cam Atkinson, he spent a lot of time after practice today doing some work. He was doing tips, he was doing skating drills, he was doing shooting drills, he was working a lot with skills coach Angelo Ricci, so give him credit. It's not like Cam Atkinson, despite the fact that he's a veteran with a ton of NHL games, with a history of being a strong scorer at the NHL level. It's not like he's pouting because he's getting scratched. He's working really hard and preparing himself for when the Flyers will call on him, because I'm not expecting Cam Atkinson to be scratched every game the rest of the year. Either they're going to bring him back in at some point, or people are going to get hurt. Because it's hockey, the games are tough. Cam Atkinson will get another shot, and give him credit. He's not sulking. He's trying his best to make sure he's ready to go, make sure he's working on the finer points of his game, and I guess we'll see what he can provide when he comes back. Obviously, over the last month or so especially, it's not even just that he hasn't been scoring, he just hasn't been impactful. There are some times where a guy's slumping, but you know they're about to break through. The games leading up to these helpless scratches for Cam Atkinson, he just hasn't been that noticeable, and I think he knows that. That's why he's trying his best to be ready when the Flyers will call on him once again. As for the goaltender, it will be Sam Ersson. Ersson had a very strong game against the Sharks, bouncing back from what was a very poor game against the Lightning. But this will be a tough one, facing off against all those high-powered guys. Even without Marner in the lineup, the Leafs are a scary offensive team. They're going to be depending upon, the Flyers will be depending upon Sam Ersson to shut the door. I've been Charlie O'Connor with PHLY Sports. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
We all silly like the mayor.